PMGC champions!
The change in the mentality.
The spray, the suppression, and Dino gets a second. He looks for three. Dino in a potential 1v4 situation. It looks good. There's a knock. There it is.
Oh my God!
And a resurgence for Storm. And Alpha 7 are starting to fall. A roll on forwards in the buggy. And Carrillo now has to hold it together. One goes down. Two trying to sweep it out. They roll on in. And it's good news for the vehicle. Goes up in flames. The top doesn't go for the full roll down. And a second for Luxy as well. Dan Bull, match number 1 of the day. We're into the closing stages now, Blank.
Over on that northwest edge, straight through Loops' compounds. All 3 players jump out the vehicle. Mythic first to face here, takes a bunch of damage, but there is a lot of firepower coming back here from Loops themselves. 33Z does go down, just 1 player still up and kicking with the DPS, goes in through the window, and it's too easy here for Mythic.
Popping in through that window, the vault is...
Because a lot of teams couldn't handle the firepower, the force bearing down them, but it's the teams here, strong like Atlas, able to hold on. IHC though getting the cheers from the crowd as they take down Alpha 7.
Another nade over the top. They're looking for the res.
I can't believe that Alpha 7's been able to actually hang on this long in this engagement, but IHC, they lose.
See, in comes the crash. Alpha 7 moving 2 forwards. They left 2 on the backstop to handle Ziol and Demo, but Carrillo has the DBS around the door frame. He's taken both of them low. Now they just need to put the final blow through, and IHC get the trade. Senab is there, Carrillo is down, and both of Alpha 7 have fallen in that engagement. Are they going to be looking for the reses, or are they going to try and confirm the flushes with the back pocket with 2? On this northern side, there's a chance that they can get further, but they'll have to fight through IHC. A demonic force to be certain. The team from Mongolia is, but IHC just as much of a threat to S2G's position at the top. I think there's a bit of bad blood here because Mafioso is ringing it out towards Godless. Won't be for long though, because Demo.
Towards Stalwart. On the outside, the blue. Should be a possible res here for Stalwart though. But S2G's got a great spot to just start taking shots at a lot of different teams down towards the west and the east. Good nade there from Cluck though, dear me.
Udo Alliance will suffer to the S12K there. Yoru able.
Drive-by Molotov, I like that a lot. Here's East versus Titans. There is shots coming through from his side though. That's 97 here. Supporting his teammate, but a nice double knockdown.
But they're right next door to DXavier, who want to do exactly the same.
Paragin in a really awkward spot here, crossing the road. For DXavier, this is a difficult one. For Stalwart, I like the play they made. It is difficult to make your way through whilst S2G's taking shots at you, but the mistake there.
See, and they move on forwards, trying to keep themselves together. I think there is a knock on side for Stalwart as they try and make their way into the lumberyard to... A volley of ammo sent their way. Loops not going to allow them in. Entry denied for Stalwart. Loops going to be aware of this. Mythic cooking the nades, as is Ayala, but a knock through the cage of the back of the truck there really heads up, and the push can come through. This is the third party I was talking about from DXavier to maybe take a shot out their way, and Loops not able to stand up in the face of FaZe, seemingly. That's 2 knocks. Cardozo and Ayala both down, looking to try and trade, but around the side of this tire, looking to slow FaZe down. They've taken a knock, they've taken a second. 1 player from Loops is all it's going to take, but there's a third party, and both of them are wiped out. Only that 1 elimination point. Udo Alliance mounting their assault onto the side of the Nongshim Red Force hold. They go straight on through. Flax has managed to get on into a building there, but I don't think that's going to last long. DXavier taking the opportunity to move now as well. Try and get down with the players that they have remaining. 2 of them up and active. They'll need a res to get back into it. Udo Alliance playing with 2 as Nongshim Red Force have taken a knock. It's a 2 versus 3. Olio across here, but thinks better of it. Doesn't want to get out into the open just yet. XZY looking to try and take down the remaining player of Udo Alliance as they are just down to 1.
Push came through, and they're up to the building now. And Levi's got 2 nades. DX equally have to leave. Nice shot from Lamborghini on the side inside the blue, a 2v3.
To the stilts as well, and Lamborghini up to the building. The Molotov to send him off the cover, and a close range push. Levi steps out wide, and he gets completely torn to pieces. Lamborghini's next, and it's Nongshim Red Force. From the center of their compound, they held strong. And the South Korean team,
least from the past 2 days, how is this team going to be able to...
Rotation, in fact, I'll hope to see from the...
Parallel rotation between Alpha 7 and S2G as well. Senab wants the challenge. He's hopped out for the fight, and Hamzy gets displaced by the buggy, but he's good for it. Swings out wide, but there's a player on the back line getting lost. Down the hill, close by now. Zyol trying to move on back. Demo breaking wide. Is Alex going to follow suit and get into a vehicle? No, he's going to get in amongst it. Around the edge, he's looking for a demo on the off angle. Alex and Zyol forwards to try and keep that pressure on up, and Alex finds the opening knock over towards Naomi here. Zyol now on into the building, trading these nades back and forth, and Effect goes down next. Dino on the staircase.
Perhaps looking for it now. Will unleash the first bullet. But the bookshot's not on target.
Oh no.
He's missing absolutely everything.
He's joking. Finds the final shot just about there. Gets the first knock, but Demo can now start to move in on the off angle. The spray, the suppression, and Dino gets a second. He looks for three. Dino in a potential 1v4 situation now against IHC. A brutal team in the fight, but not this time. It looked a little bit shaky at the start of the fight, Blank, but Dino from
by the dinosaur himself. Looking to bite down. The two players outside, a quick nade. Perhaps looks for the finish here, the 1v4, is it on the cards?
He pulls the pin on the smoke, trying to bait out a peek. Dino, he's close to danger. Does he know? They see the res up and into the window, but he gets through the door just in time. The blue zone's here to play now, and you've also got to get that re-knock from the zone into the vehicle. And Demo has to get out of there. Will he be allowed there? As Dino looks to fossilize.
Third, unleashing grenades. That one looks pretty on target to me. Paragin's down. The top floor brought hurtling down back to earth.
Early, Nerzed still wants the challenge with the SK-12. Oh, this is bold from Char, but it pays off. DXavier still going. It doesn't matter how much HP you've got. You've still got a DBS in hand, and that is brutal, but finally, it's put to bed. Denied. 5 eliminations, and an aid is going to follow it up, but in comes the remnants of 628. Kelsey's down, and Hamzy is going to be on the deck. He's not going for this res just yet. A Molotov on in. The smoke's out forwards to slow things down, but 33Z is already here. Hamzy's going low. He jumps out wide, and he's on fire now. Will be burnt to a crisp. A 6 Alliance looking to hold it off, but you've still got 4MV there, and the sideline peppers. And the forward front hold is going to find Mythic, get the flush, the steal from top, you're right, for Storm. 15 points total behind Alpha 7, so any more placement points they can get, you're right, very, very beneficial in that pursuit. And Loop spots top, though, behind this ridge for a while. And the reses can still come through. Chief is down, and there it is. 4MV. He's got the cover as well from the terrain. It's sloping on the roadside. The first is unleashed. It's going to go into the first smoke and find Suki. Now towards the backlines, Titan are looking for it. Top takes some damage, but he can suppress. He needs to spray into the smoke, and the Nerzed's got another nade, and he's looking to do them dirty now. Pull the pin, get the cook, and there he is. The damage, the forward throw, and it's going to be 97
Last
down
nade.
low. Top looks for it, another nade. It looks good. There's a knock. There it is.
Oh my God!
And a resurgence for Stalwart. A crucial juncture here in the final.
On throwing the nades. Just overall great play there by
Allen in the building with the investigator. Playing path has sorted itself out. CG Evo, some major pride currently coming into contact rather early here, and this is what you were talking about, John, is picking up those vehicles.
With the SKS, with the micro Uzi up the stairs with a chance of a 1v3 of his own, 1 and 2, nearly 2 lineup. Goodness me.
What's laser accurate. But the Mini 14 will take down the remainder of Weibo, leaving him in 5th place now. Nongshim Red Force dealing with Titans as they assault their position. And it's quick and easy.
Suki does go down, gets knocked behind the buggy, but Tizzy's next up on the menu. And 3 of Nongshim Red Force are down. Wings has something to say about that. An answer. Still has the shots on, looking to move in. DXavier want the third party as well. 4 teams now engaged in this, and nade goes long, right on top of them. A flush and another knock onto 97 for Wings. One more Molotov now to try and burn this one away. See, far from ideal on the hold. And Nongshim Red Force falter once again. The South Korean team. A surprise entry as a representative for the region, I feel. But they are denied here. Yudu Alliance in a fight of their own against DXavier, and it goes just the way you'd expect on this one. Olio down, and
Senab attempts to pick up some more. We're already down to 9 teams, barely in the 6th phase yet. DXavier trying to hang on. Morph versus Stalwart. Players rather low here from the Stalwart side. There's a huge amount of teams all chiming in. A Molotov goes over the top. That will be Morph leaving the game with the help of 4MV there.
and the top of this hill as well. Nerzed and Icy in position. Alpha 7 looking to defend. A nade from Mafioso could spell disaster, but he puts it away. They want the angles instead. Close range with a shotgun, the spray. Mafioso, that's found by top. Icy looks for the flush as well, and they'll find it. A nade over to the backline, crunches them towards the hillside, and Alpha 7 are starting to fall. A roll up forwards in the Bucky, and Stalwart want more. It's all up to Revo, but he can't do it.
Damn.
He cannot make it happen. And Stalwart put the double digits on the eliminations. Take down Alpha 7, and they want the third party. They have got 4 players alive, but Alex is on the back lines. Godless is forwards. Demo wants to go even further. And the nade over the top for Godless to try and get a nade over to Stalwart. And top goes down. It is always Doc every single time. Nobody's been eating their apples because they cannot keep him away. 7 eliminations for 4MV, and Action wants to slow down IHC. It's not going to work though. There's an answering nade, and there's more for Action. Nurzed and Icy now needing to keep it together, but Demo has the angle, has the spray, and the UMP finds what he's looking for. Stalwart down to 1 and a sliver of HP. Where Stalwart were able to launch those nades, 3 high values on that engagement. Apex looks for a shutdown onto the low ground for Ventores. And that could change things. One of those nades expended now. A nade over to the back line. And it looks like it nearly is the knock fully. That one's good. And that's the second nade. I think that's the coffers run.
They're here, they're fighting. They start to move in, driving over the top. Doc up front though. The legendary player finally taken down. Raid boss out of the way. Joel looks over towards one of the 4MV players. That's all of them out.
An IH Slayer standing. They are going to go for this res with Godless, but the nade stops it. The flush is there. A little bit of damage is tickling at the heels of IHC here. It's going to stop them from rolling straight on forwards, and they move in with Mormon. A nade in the back pocket. Alex into the back of the buggy. Hops out high, and there's a nade. The vehicle goes up in smoke, and it's a 2 versus 2. At the back lines, it's a little bit low, but the first aid pops. Onsens with the nade right into his face. Now the last man standing for FaZe, and Godless wants to shut this one down here and now. It is IHC making their bid for the top of the tables. Stalwart claim it from Alpha 7.
Any players, and that was quite impressive. Sadly for them,
Xavier, it's all good.
Who's on the train? Blue.
Yeah, drops the smoke. So has to just run for it. Nurzed immediately in the grass, but he was spotted in the process, leaving Stalwart down to just 2 now.
That is great news for the Chasers. Top under pressure, tries to roll straight into towards 628 and out into the field. He diverts but pulled out almost immediately. And Hero gets the flush. 628 pick up the point. Place. No chicken dinner for them, so we're not going to see the Mongolian 1-2-3. Not from them anyway. Titan have 4 players alive, but Bamboo is knocked. And there's another one for Udo Alliance. It is only Olio though for them to deal with. If they can find that, that's Udo Alliance out. Shadow needing to crawl on back.
Downstairs, hoping to clean out some more of these members. Alex is down on the floor. Nomi with some good nades, trying to hold him out position. Finds the first, now looks for another.
And another, he will find. Nomi able to hold it. Naomi's there as well. Just Seol remains for IHC, but out in the blue, he's got the DP and he lines them up. Nomi on the deck, but the ankle's too wide. And Seol keeps it going for IHC. 5 eliminations. Alpha 7's way in. However, Alpha 7 do have to leave their buildings. Move further towards the front for this time. So it definitely won't be the 3-peat. Nade over the top. Going to be pouring in from Weibo. And remember, they are chasing the nade from Wymout. Brutal. Looking for another as well to follow it up. Su looking for one more on the wide angle. Suki trying to look for these reses as well. 97 crawling his way. They're trying to split through the middle. And there's the charge. Weibo roll on over the top, and only 1 player stands for Titan. Suki is down in the meantime, fully flushed away. Suki in the smoke, and he strafes across with the spray down. Bamboo flushed away in the meantime. Udo Alliance are on the top rope here. Flax looking to maybe spoil things for Weibo, as Wymao has got the challenge on the angle, but Flax is taken down.
Quick side swipe, but it is in fact Suki to hold on alongside with the help from Julie. Can hit a chase, but it's Alpha 7. Taking a lot of damage. Coming through from Morph, but Carrillo putting on a clinic for us right now.
Boboho down as well. Cleon on the back foot for Morph. 2 players alive for them because Rocky is nowhere to be seen on this engagement blank. Cleon is pretty much on his lonesome. You can see how
quick send and try and crash 628's position. Good initial nade though. Cleon
Able to pull. The smokes are there. Cleon did get taken away, so these reses can come through, but the blue zone's closing, and it will close faster than they would like. DXavier take a nade from S2G, make that move. Hamzy close by. Paragin is low and down. Lamborghini trying to stay away from the nades, but Chua not so lucky. One player now stands for DXavier, and Alpha 7 might have been thrown to lifeline by this. Hamzy's there. The roll up from S2G. All four of them are alive, and behind the hay bales, DXavier fall. Alpha 7, the last team towards the top of the tables to have their shot. Across first, Revo and Senab going to be breaching on in. Mafioso tries to go wide, but Hero has the angle. He hits the deck and doesn't get the knock. Shing trying to hold off, but Senab's now in the building with him. The DBS is good, but there's a trade straight on in through the window, and now Revo has to look for this heal. And close by as well, Hero drops down. Sunan is there. They're trying to put the nades in. Senab can get res if he crawls out the back here. Revo's low, but he hops away. There's no chance of getting this back. The Molotov seals the deal. Another knock for 628, and Carrillo now has to hold it together. One goes down, two face him off, and now one more is just too much. Alpha 7 fall, 3 eliminations on the match, and it will be 6-8 to slow it down. Of XZY on the long range, trying to get comfortable with it, but Olio has taken a little bit too much damage to be confident in these peaks. XZY, if he goes down, he's isolated, he doesn't get back up. Flax is there with a DBS once more as well. Biting back at Nongshim Red Force, but Wings clips it. And that's
something to say about it. Nade pin pulled, S2G all grouped up.
A nade over the top. Kelsey goes down first. Is there an answer? Molotov for Chief to cut off that rotation. 20-something right at the top, about 130. So they would need a miraculous run, and it might be cut down here by Razy. 33Z though, pitches the point away.
He will have to leave it. Wings and Sporter, but it's 33Z. All in his lonesome dealing with the majority of...
And Nongshim are under pressure from S2G. They're trying to sweep it out. They roll on in, and it's good news, but the vehicle goes up in flames. No way! Nongshim Red Force holding out. 2 versus 3 on the push. The vehicle explosion takes it down, and a chance for 6-8 to slip on in the gap.
It's 33Z, the King's assassin.
Oh,
come
no.
back to bite.
Another one lined up. This man is on a tear. The high ground played so well. Sport is in this next zone, but the inside track, has he been spotted? He knows the position. A lot of damage sent back to 33Z now. A reposition for Sporter, has got the nade, 4 in hand for 33Z. Launches one forwards, it's spotted and falls short of the hay bale there. An answer is found. The heal came through. The stims on the advantage for 33Z, and an aid leash forwards goes around the side of the hay bales this time, but this looks good for 33Z to take it home. 4-6-2-8, he steps up.
Way!
This is bold, this is big, and it is brash as anything, but 33Z chopped a bit.
If they were even going to try to make a push, they were going to have...
Desert will beat down on the lead. Great, a lot of teams can do that. It's when you're not in that leading spot that defines a champion. And a challenge now for Weibo and Nongshim Red Force. Right at the back of that chasing pack. 25 points by to Wings. Inside the building, the nade's starting to come on through as they breach through the door. The M249 up the stairs is one and beefy weapon, but is it going to be able to withstand the full force of Weibo Gaming turning the corner? The answer is no. So goes half 8.
Here we're fighting off against versus Major Pride, but you're right. The Weibo Gaming fight versus Nongshim Red Force is pretty big deal, honestly. That was one hell of a nade over the top side. Just catches him on the retreat.
Fortunately, it's standing for Pasija Evos. Major Pride. They have 3 players alive, but Luxie gets the first. A buggy over the top doesn't go for the full roll down, and a second for Luxie as well on Miramar. The old school performance for the Twins. Let's see if not another to follow it up. Close by now for Nomi with the SK-12 in hand. Luxie can't find the final shot.
Made shots, but Boboho's already up and personal. Nade in his hand as well.
Boboho looses it towards Senab. Doesn't catch it. Not just yet. Revo through the window finds Boboho, but Revo's caught lacking there. Swept the leg there underneath him. And the nade goes through yet again. Senab just the nade once more. Boboho's low. The heal allowed to come through. Morph not quite fully coalesced now. But IHC across the bay looking to maybe have a chime in onto this fight. Senab caught yet again. Upstairs he goes. He's allowed through and could look for the flush. Alpha 7, they're down to just Senab now. And the knock is crucial to keep them alive. 2 players on the outside. Look here for Morph, and all three of them are there. A nade from Cleon, blankets through the window, good spell disaster, and Alpha 7 have more to worry about. The nade in doesn't find it, but there's Yoru to shut it down, and Alpha 7 out.
Cruel mistress, the circle. Not determined on either side. IHC floating down over towards Stalwart. Perhaps Icy gets a nasty surprise.
In the meantime, though, there's plenty more surprises on the card. 628 taking a fight, a scrap with Titan. A Shadow looks to... 33Z is down on a trade. Hero is there. A nade over the top. This could be disastrous if it's cooked long enough, but it's not there. And the challenge 97 will fall down in the face of it. 628 doing well. The DBS lighting them up as well. And now it's just Shadow behind the vehicle to stay alive. Gets the heal off and a chance to take down 628 as well. Into the buggy. Rolls forwards. Might be able to get a rundown, but gets to the other side of the vehicle. Trading around the US. But there's the spray down with the DBS. And a 1 versus 1 for Shadow. Titan now have a chance to spoil it for 628 on the engagement around the bonnet. He goes, and Shadow puts them to sleep. It's darkness for Torres. Looks for Mella as well with it. Cluck not going to take a damage from the response as well. Mormon's close by though with that DBS. Might be able to find an angle, and he does. Able to take down Cluck. Doesn't get knocked in response. Gets back to safety, and Flax doesn't have the angle.
That is a great shot with the DBS. Essentially, Shadow still in. Kind of crazy.
He's popped a smoke.
Nice nade.
Oh, huge nade. Olio goes down. It goes right into the tree. Banks off the Platina elimination one at that. You would be happy for Thailand. Said they're representing proudly. Play zone. Took that one away. A nade over that claims that. He's forwards. The Mischief Maker himself looks for the challenge on Flax with the DBS on the cliffside, and it will be good. The road rash is strong, and FaZe drag it to victory.
This team needs to be able to get in the middle of the circle. This team needs to be able to...
There's only 6 steps.
From the outside edge, nade sent directly through the middle. Carrillo down.
Of this blank, they are a little bit close by, a little bit too close for comfort. However, now the rally through for Alpha 7 is here. The high ground is dealt with. Dispatch to Senab holds his nerve. Mafioso not so much. And now Silas has the chance onto Senab, and it is going to be backed up as well. Alpha 7's dreams could come crashing down here. Brazil were at the top. Moon Revo the last to stand for them. Wants the challenge. It's Razy with it. And Alpha 7 fall.
And Alpha 7 on a map that they do so well on.
There's the equalizer.
Taken down, it's S2G like a rocket arrive on the scene. But Waimau quickly dispatches the majority of them. Zyo looking to take them off. IHC instantly up to 3 elims.
Get away from that nade as fast as you can, sir. Over the top. Weibo Gaming looking to fight on, fight strong. The top performing Chinese representatives here in the grand finals. And IHC just looking to keep it together into the vehicles. They have to go further. They have to find some ground to make their way on in.
Ming down, Su up to bat. Stun grenade popped. Zol immediately looks away. Does not want to be blinded by the light and will instead look for the boogie out of there. Waimau though steps over the top side. Spots the retreating player, goes for the spray down, but Zol on a swivel will hit him with a 180.
Xavier out in the meantime as well. No chase for them, but we're back on board with IN closer. He needs to be so careful. No nades in hand. He crests the ridge. Zol, he stands up. He spots top, and there's the knock. There's the flush as well. And Stalwart are looking to equalize, looking for more. Turns his attention to Demo. Sees him dash for the shack.
Running towards him. Shots are coming through. Top so low.
There it is.
Vehicle's over the top. And Alex takes him down with a vehicle. IHC, the annihilators of the lobby.
And they ride strong. They lose Seoul, but they prove that they have depth beyond measure. These fights just keep going their way. Mongo, will we see that third?
Pasija Evos looking to put to bed the nightmare that has been IHC. The demonic beast.
Champions here in the grand finals. IHC, a team that unexpectedly made it happen. All the way to elimination point that Alpha 7 were able to get. But they're down to just that 13-point gap right now between them and Alpha 7 in third place. And they're into the fight now with Major Pride. They pick up another. That's 12 now. But he goes down to Dino. He's been on a tear a little bit today. He's been malevolent. EBS sees the window side and he goes down. They're looking to put more through, and Apex adds to their tally. They are slowly dragging themselves tooth and nail for a Mongolian.
Goes far.
Too far. Goes for the peak. Apex spotted. And that's it. 4MV down and out.
Hard to stop, even when they go out early. Like this, nice nade from the hero for 628. Mormon crosses the road. He
has a
looks to
chance.
spray him.
Across the road he goes, but no further than that. From the top rope, it will be 628, but let's take a look at IHC. They know that they've done it. Obliterating their opponents. IHC are your champions for Mongolia, denying their countrymen yet another title, stomping on the face of Alpha 7.
An incredible performance from this team.
IHC, your champions.
IHC!
Get it together in regards to the placement points, and then STG decided to put a target on their back and say, you know what?
Say this, I am so happy to see the change in their play style, the change in the mentality. Max?
Yeah. Well, I mean, they were here last year. They were able to get whenever they were able to be up.